Let's click the live test button and see how this screen is displayed. Okay, now I click this close button and create the second screen, that is the canvas screen. First, let's select the canvas screen from here. #FF7C7C is given for the background color of this screen. Next, add a row to this screen and rename the row as row main. Add a column to this row again and rename this column as column button. Also, select relative size for width from properties and give 20% here. Here, the vertical alignment is set as face around. Next, I add a button to this column. Let's rename this button as button red. The text of the button is removed and red color is given for the background. Let's select absolute size for width and give 40 here. And 5 is given as the border radius. Next, I set the raised setting in these properties to true. See how the button on the screen changes. When true is given for raised, the button will be displayed as if raised. Okay, now we have finished preparing the button red. I need 7 more buttons like this. We learned in the previous lessons that if we want to create the same component again and again, we can duplicate that component. So here, I duplicate the red button 7 times. Here, I click the duplicate button once. Now let's duplicate here. You can see another button called button red 2 has been added below the button red. Now let's duplicate this button again. Okay, I will duplicate once more. Now 4 buttons have been created. 4 more buttons are needed. I am duplicating this button once again. Okay, let's duplicate it one more time. Duplicate again. 1 more button is needed, so I'm duplicating this button again. Now look at the screen in this way. We have created 7 buttons from button red to button red 7. I will select the second button here and rename it as button blue. Also give blue color for the background color. Next, select the third button and rename it as button green. Here, green color was given as the background color. The next button is renamed as button black and the black color is given for the background color. The fifth button is also renamed as button yellow and yellow color is given for the background color. There are 3 more buttons left. I select this 6th button and change the properties of this button. First, let's rename the button as button clear. Next, the text of this button is given as clear and white is given for the text color. Let's give the font size as 12. Next, #40A8C4 is given for the background color. Select the absolute size for height and width and give the values as 30 and 50 respectively. Also, let's give the border width as 1 and the border radius as 2. Okay. Now, rename the button as button erase and give erase.png for the background picture. There is 1 more button. Let's rename this button as button back and give return.png as the background picture. Okay. Now we have finished designing the column by adding buttons to the column called column button.